If time is a continuum of moments, strung together by our memory and perception, I'm looking down at my notes, how could this fact explain why people with personality disorders have so much trouble with forming healthy relationships? Personality disorders such as psychopathy, sociopathy, and narcissism, that is. The answer lies within the concept of object constancy. Now, I'm going to pull up my notes on my phone because I have an actual... I just realized my mic wasn't even on here. I'm going to pull up a definition on my phone that I have written down on Google Docs because I came prepared, obviously. Object constancy can be defined by the ability to maintain an emotional bond with others even when there is a distance or conflicts. And/or conflicts, I guess. Object constancy is a derivative from a separate concept called object permanence, a skill that is grasped between the ages of 2 and 3, and involves the understanding of objects that still exist despite being hidden, touched, or physically sensed. Knowing this, I can theorize that normal people, those who experience a broader spectrum of emotions, perceive time with the string connecting each moment. Does that make sense? Okay. Now, I believe people with PDs, personality disorders, do not have the string. Whether they are a psychopath and they are born without the string, or they are a sociopath or narcissist who chose either consciously or unconsciously to cut the string, to get rid of it, to throw it in the trash, they don't have the string. And I'm going to tell you why. Take a narcissist, for example. Let's say he is very physically abusive. But one day he has a really loving moment. A really, really loving moment with his wife. And he is self-aware. He tells his wife that he's genuinely sorry. He admits that he has an abuse problem. Maybe he even goes as far to admit himself in an abuse program for men that batter women and children or emotionally abuse them. In her mind, in her psyche, she's thinking maybe there is hope, right? I've been there. And she knows that this moment that they are having is real. It's not a honeymoon reconciliation part of the abuse cycle. It's real. 5 minutes later, he beats her again. She's still seeing him with rose-colored glasses beforehand, during those 5 minutes. She really does think there is at least a little bit of hope, at least a fraction. Now, what just happened? What happened there? Since he's a narcissist and he chose to cut the string, remember? He's going to tell her, who cares that we had this small moment 5 minutes before? He may even try to tell her that it didn't happen. He's just trying to warp her perception to try to get her to join him in cutting that string. This is typically called gaslighting, which is often nowadays used out of context and, whatever. To summarize, what I believe is going on with these individuals, I think that they see each moment so separately that it wouldn't matter in the event that I said, I love you. Because, come on, that's so old news. It happened 10 minutes ago. Who cares? And what matters is now. And I don't love you now. And in the future, a half an hour later or 3 days later, I will maybe love you again. But that's a maybe, and I don't know. Because it's all conditional. So that's what I wanted to cover today. I know it was really short, but I tried to make it concise as I could. And I will see you in the next one, which will probably be about OCD.